Hi, everybody. It's been a while since I've delivered a video for you, and I was inspired today because it is a full snow moon. It's also coupled with the numbers through the date of 222. And it's a great opportunity to take a look and reflect upon where you're at. The energies of both these magical variables, if you will, are excellent timing for taking a look at all areas of your life, specifically relationships, in part due to the full moon. And the 222 allows you to take a look at these areas and move forward in order to let go. The moon allows you to do that. And it's making room for the abundance of blessings on their way that help you achieve and get back to harmony and balance within all areas of your life, like I said, but specifically relationships. And the reason I'm starting out with that is because a lot of you have been asking me to discuss spiritual development. First of all, what I want to say about that is spiritual development is you're never there. It's an ever eternal evolving practice. And it also requires open mind, open heart, and patience. Because if we don't have the patience within us and acknowledge our true self and acquire that balance and harmony with our relationships, it's going to be difficult to move forward. And I feel that the best way, from my experience, is to take a look at situations from other people's perspectives. Because when we only address situations or moments from our perspective, it kind of leaves us in a box that we've created for ourselves. I'm going to give an example. And I posted this the other day. Take a tree, for example. It's round. And no matter where you stand around it, it looks different, right? The bark looks different. The patterns look different. And so every situation in life is an opportunity to allow ourselves to be open enough to realize that if we put around the tree, every person is going to perceive what they see very different because it is very different. There's no right or wrong. Now, from my experience, these moments, some of them can be rather life challenging, which inspires one to seek their spiritual development. And in order to move forward, it's an ever going practice to maintain harmony and balance. It's yin and yang. We're never, ever, ever going to, there's not a line through the yin and yang. There is a curvier linear line where there is a bit of darkness in the light and a bit of light within the darkness. And it's our spirit slash soul that has this life challenge as a human to take this on. And what helps us is this spiritual seeking of our true selves. And a lot of ways that this can happen is by setting this intention, thoughts, words are all energy, and the universe will conspire to make this happen. Once you make this decision and you look through the eyes of your soul a different way, with kindness, love, light, the things that you're looking at, such as that tree, are all also going to be looking different. Um, well, I hope you didn't catch that. That was an email coming through. Moving forward, with these different perceptions, you can begin to sit around, perhaps even a circle with like-minded people that the universe has placed in your path, as well as you and theirs, and you can begin to build energy together. And you'll begin to feel energy shifting in the room, and you'll begin to look at outside of this room how the energy around the world and relationships and moments and life challenges, good and bad, will begin to look. You'll look at them as lessons. You will begin to find the positive within the negative. And it's through this seeking of balance and harmony that you will begin to feel within yourself and around yourself this spiritual development and evolution. And as I said, this you're never there. I'm far from being there. But I also love those ahead of me sharing their experiences with me. And I also, there's really no ahead of. There's just different paths that we all take. And some of us are blessed to be able to experience many different levels of spiritual moments that lead us to a certain wisdom and philosophy. And once we begin to acquire this, our GPS of our soul, if you will, our intuition, our psychic, which all of these things are a natural state that are born into us, they'll begin to speak a little louder and a little louder and a little louder. And I know if you walk in a room and you just feel like the energy isn't there, it's not, something's wrong, listen to that instinct, because it'll never steer you wrong. Or that job that I'm not positive, it's probably not meant for you. Now, moving back to sitting in the circle, this is something that must go on for years and years and years. And once you become closer to your own spirit and your spirit guides and you feel that energy shifting, that means your spiritual development and evolution is preparing you to perhaps even develop a relationship with the spirit world. And we all have the ability to be available to the spirit world. And I just want to read something by a very wonderful, I just adore him. It is Gordon Higginson. He's from England, and he was president of the Spirituals National Union for very many years. He's a pioneer, just a very gifted, loving, kind man. One of the best mediums I've ever heard via tape demonstrating. And he says in his book, the book on the Side of Angels, I should have known that because I've been reading it. He says, quote, "The raising of the consciousness to meet our own spirit energy when then blends with the energy of spirit, it really happens. It is if the whole world itself changes and you are no longer conscious of this time or space." And he goes on to say that Yes, of course, there are those who want to move forward with this, and there are those that are just simply here to set the platform for their next learning experience, the soul contract that they had made to come here for. And so, in a nutshell, if you are seeking spiritual evolution and development and you're wanting to know, oh my gosh, what is the next step? Why am I stuck? You're not stuck. You're right where you're supposed to be. Just have the patience and the open mindedness, and it will slowly unfold for you. Spiritual unfoldment is meant to be experienced slowly because it's given to you all at once. It's going to scare you out of even wanting to do it. So I leave you with this beautiful day of 2/22 with a full snow moon, and contemplate these reflections of how you can become more balanced and harmonized within your relationships, within yourself, outside of yourself, work, etc. And if you are ready to experience further spiritual development, just take it easy because, you know, without taking it easy and loving ourselves and going with the ebb and flow of life, it's going to take longer. So I leave you with blessings of abundance, love, and light, and have a magical day, everyone.